Hey guys, welcome to the Luci Show. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great night. Hey GB Love, thanks for popping in and letting me know that you're going to sleep. Good night, sweet dreams. Thank you. So I want to talk to you guys about. Well, I saw this in the morning and I was just mind blown. Felt like I was still dreaming. But today, well, I guess it happened maybe 2 to 3 days ago. I'll try to click into this. But 2 days ago, this was reported. I just saw it today on the news. But someone successfully got a pig's heart transplant. So I guess their heart was failing, then their heart was removed, and then they put a pig's heart inside. But not like they just took a pig's heart from a pig and then put it into the human. It's like genetically modified. Not going to pretend I know what they did to the heart, but I'm assuming they did a lot of cleaning to it and added some other stuff, but it's still at base a pig's heart. Nothing to do with a human. And this person, this man actually survived it. I mean, for now, because it's like 2 to 3 days. So if you look on the news right now, just type in pig's heart transplant or pig's heart surgery. I'm sure you'll see all of this on top stories. This is reported 2 days ago. First pig to human heart transplant. What can scientists learn? Perform the world's first pig heart transplant. I'm pretty sure it's not the world's first, just because I feel like a lot of creepy things probably went on, especially during like World War I, World War II. I heard there was a lot of testings done. So I don't think this is the first ever, but maybe the first to ever legally been reported on the news in my 2 cents. But again, this is just out of my imagination. Hey guys, hey Don, welcome to the chat. Larry, what's up? Did you see the underwater volcano and tsunami warnings? No? What's an underwater volcano? Oh, you mean the fact that like how the real volcanoes we have now, or the volcanoes you see right now, are from underwater and it exploded? And then now there's more? Is that what you mean? Where? Where are these underwater volcanoes? Are we talking Hawaii? Is there any more in Hawaii? I know there's like a few that are extinct, like the Diamond Head one on the Head Trail in Honolulu. And then I've never been to Maui, but I think in Maui is where you have the real volcanoes. Look it up. Okay, let me check that right now. And then back to my pig story. Hold on. Underwater volcano. Oh, okay. 39 hours ago, New York Times. Underwater volcano erupts, setting off tsunami warnings across Pacific. Okay, I got cut off because I don't have a subscription to this thing. But is that what you're talking about? Hold on. Let me try again. Underwater volcano. Man, that sounds kind of scary. Huge Tonga underwater volcano eruption captured in stunning satellite video 16 hours ago. So I guess it already happened. Nobody's, I don't see any like scary reporting. So I guess everybody's okay. US West Coast and Hawaii. Oh, there we go. NPR reports US West Coast and Hawaii are under a tsunami advisory. So it is near like the Hawaiian area. I don't know. I don't know many places with volcanoes except for El Salvador and Hawaii that I know about. I don't live anywhere near a volcano. So the biggest mountain in the world is an underwater volcano. Where is the biggest mountain in the world? It happened just recently. Tsunami hits Tonga after giant Pacific Ocean volcano erupted. Oh, so it already happened. So we're not, this is like not something I need to watch out for. Okay, so a volcano erupted and then the tsunami hit the Tonga after giant Pacific. Oh, hold on. Looks Tonga volcanic eruption, tsunami causes significant damage. Oh no. All right. I think most stories were it's not showing damages, like of images. So I thought everybody was okay. Significant tsunami damages feared in Tonga. Communication still cut. Damn, that was 9 hours ago. Wellington. Routers tsunami hit Tonga remained largely uncontactable on Sunday with telephone and internet links severed, leaving relatives in faraway New Zealand praying for their families on the Pacific Islands as casualty reports had yet to come through. Oh God, an underwater volcano off Tonga erupted on Saturday, so that was yesterday, triggering warnings of 1.2 meters tsunami waves and evacuation orders on shores of Tonga, as well as several South Pacific islands, where footage on social media shows waves crashing into coastal homes. Oh my God, that's insane. And I guess we wouldn't be able to find out since their internet is cut off unless different other countries go in and pop in and check in. Hey, Mr. Amore, prayers to all the people who are currently under this devastation. That blows my mind, though, that I mean, our technology is so good, but we can't, it's like we can't dodge these things. We don't, our technology is not good enough, I guess, to be able to dodge any of this. We won't know prior, like earthquakes, tsunamis. I feel like there's never been a moment that I remember in the news where like people were warned in a country or something and then they all evacuated a week ahead of time or something. I feel like I'm always hearing this stuff like after it happens. And I just wonder, how does no one how does like no one like how are is our technology so bad that we can't figure that out? Or are we just not putting in the work? Or is the government of whichever area not putting in the work to figure it out? But that's sad. Tonga wants to have Bitcoin as legal tender maybe by November. Henry Beadle Jr. says. I've never been to Tonga, guys. Where is it in? Is it near New Zealand? I just wonder, will technology be able to solve the biggest mystery? Stopping death, Mr. Moore. Well, you missed it, Mr. Moore. I was just bringing up the topic of today, as you can see by my title over here. And guys, all of you coming into this live stream right now, huge thanks. If you haven't already, please make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on future live streams, and kindly destroy that like button. Much, much appreciated. It really helps support the channel. Now that I got that out of the way, hate chuckle cheese, 2 brain cells. This is so your Mr. Moore says about stopping death. I think we're close. I don't think we can like live on in these bodies, even if technology were to advance to a certain point. But I definitely think we are getting closer and closer to living longer. Yeah, because I guess 2 days ago or possibly 3 days ago, because if you go on Google, you can search, and people also ask, can humans survive with a pig heart? And then the answer from 3 days ago is, for the first time in history, doctors successfully transplanted a genetically modified pig heart into a patient, with the patient doing well after 3 days. UMMC officials said that the genetically modified animal heart is functioning like a human heart. Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Tonga is sort of north of New Zealand. Okay, so it's north of New Zealand, which I've never been. Australia, or east of Australia. Okay, I know Australia is like down on the map, lower end of the map. Okay, gotcha. Still have no idea where that really is. But thanks, Don. Have a clearer picture. It's way below America. No biggest mystery is figuring out what women want. Got your sense. Oh man, that's so funny. I was watching Seinfeld yesterday, so I just started watching Seinfeld, but we'll save that for another time. And he was joking in like season 1 about the fact that men all know what they want. He's like, men all know what. Okay, well, this I guess isn't politically correct anymore. But whatever. I still think it's funny. So when Seinfeld said he's like, men all know what they want. They want women. That's it. You ask them what they want, they just want women. They don't want anything else. But if you ask a woman what they want, they won't tell you what they want. And that was his joke. I don't really understand Seinfeld. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I never watched it all these years because I didn't understand it. Like, I just didn't get it. I was like, what is this? I think, like, I've seen clips where there's like stand up comedy. And then I thought it was just like 3 friends, right? Including the Seinfeld dude. I don't know if he's acting as himself, or is he? Okay, Jerry Seinfeld. That's a real person, right? Because in the, like, it said that he was one of the directors or the writers. And obviously he's the actor, but he's like playing himself. Then I'm assuming he is a comedian, like he is a stand-up comedian. But then in Seinfeld, it looks like he's just doing stand-up comedy like in between the skits. And then you also see the lives of him and his friends, which is obviously made up, right? I don't know. I think it's a cool concept. It's interesting. I've never seen anything like it. And I think it's pretty hilarious. I don't laugh at every joke, but some of it is pretty good. Classic. I figured out two things so far: money and chocolate. Is that what girls like? Okay, well, that's not really, I think, a female or male thing. Everybody likes money because you need money to survive. Money makes the world go round. Chocolate wise, there's a lot of dudes that like chocolate too. So again, that's everybody likes those things. I feel like everyone is just different. Every person, like, I'm not going to go on a tangent and talk about gender roles and all that stuff. I really don't care. I feel like these days I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Like I know people are with the parentheses on their Twitter. It's like he/she or like we, ours. I don't know. I can't keep up. I'm too old for this. So the way I see it is I don't care about any of that. You can say you're a unicorn tomorrow and I'll be like, cool, you're a unicorn. I don't really care what people say about that stuff. But I feel like every individual, like you are free to be whatever the heck you want to be. And but if you look at like I guess older movies or older films, we're still going to get jokes, I guess, that are no longer acceptable today. But I still think it's funny. I love Reese's. Henry says, Jerry is playing him just like him in real life. Oh, and his friends are sort of real too. But I don't think his friends have real names. So I think Jerry Seinfeld, he's Jerry Seinfeld, the character, and he's playing himself, right? And he like writes most of the jokes, I'm sure, and like the skits. So it's like all him being him, acting like him, but it's not really him because it's fake, like the skits. And then the friends, I'm pretty sure don't use their real names. So I'm just gonna assume that that's more like, yeah, about him. It's really cool though. It reminds me of like, well, Friends is older. When I don't know when the pilot of that first season was, but it looks and feels like 1995, I want to say, or like 1990. So I feel like Seinfeld's like 30 years old, but I didn't actually Google this. I'm just assuming. They have transplanted pig hearts before, loose. Raw Food Writer says, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure this isn't the first ever pig's transplant attempt. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some underground stuff, shady stuff that's been done over and over again that we're not talking about from different countries. Hey, trucking all day. Henry Beadle Jr. says, oh, 1994. Ah, I was close. Thank you, Absolute Chad. So 1994 is when Seinfeld was the first pilot, right? Okay, I was close. I thought it was 1990. I was like, that is like everything, like the phones that they use in the show, like it's so old. I did not know that stocks could be on newspapers. So like it was episode 5. So season 1, episode 5 on Netflix, you can see that like they bought some stocks, like Jerry Seinfeld and his friend, whom I forgot the name of already. The guy who's a little bit bald. They bought stocks together, and then the bald guy like held, and then Jerry like sold too early. He had paper hands, and they were like they would check every day. Oh my god, I feel like that's worse. They would have to wait till the newspaper is out, and they like check the newspaper to see what happened to their stock. I'm like, oh my god, that's horrible. Oops, 1989. Oh yeah. Okay, then I'm even closer then. Absolute chat. I said 1990. Hey Jenny. Jason Alexander. Who's what? Jason Alexander played as George. Oh, George. Yes, that's the friend's name. That's the friend's name. I'm sorry I called him the ball guy. No. LOL. This is just the first genetically modified pig heart. Oh, okay. So there's been other pig hearts, but were they successful? Because they're making it sound like this is the first ever successful pig's heart ever, right? With patient doing well after 3 days, said the genetically modified animal heart is functioning like a human heart without immediate rejection by the body. Then that means the previous pig hearts didn't work out well, because if the previous pig hearts worked out well, then you don't need a genetically modified one, right? Which just sounds to me like more scientific effort to alter the pig heart to place it in the human. Either way, I'd rather have a genetically modified one than a real pig's heart. Some part about having a pig's heart in my body feels a little bit strange. Yes, definitely interesting to say the least. But you can find this on the news as well. In rare medical feat, 57-year-old US man gets pig heart in world's first transplant. But again, like I said, I know none of this stuff. This is just like what the media sees as like the first, right? Again, there's tons of things that could have happened. There could be world records of like, I don't know, holding your breath or whatever that's probably been broken, and world records, or I don't know, aiming, shooting, swimming, anything. But sometimes people don't go and compete and like get on the news. But here's more detail, and this is reported by Washington Post. Sorry, Washington Post. David Bennett Jr. And here's the part where I found more interesting, not just the pig heart transplant. It's who got the pig's heart transplant. So ready for this? Don says over 100,000 people waiting on organ transplants could be big news for their future. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is just net good no matter what, knowing that we are advancing to the point where we don't need an actual human heart, which is like one of the major parts of your body that people constantly wait on your body. Then I'm assuming that like uterus, um, kidney, liver, other organs would probably be slightly easier. Maybe not the brain. I don't think you could do the brain easily. At least I don't think so for now. But anyways, here's the kicker. David Bennett Jr., patient's son, says he's struggling. He's struggling a lot. This is going to be a process. But here, okay, so the 57-year-old Maryland man with a life-threatening heart condition has become the first person in the world to successfully receive a transplanted heart from a genetically modified pig, sparking optimism that similar procedures could save the lives of thousands waiting for organs. David Bennett Sr., so the guy who got the transplant, received the heart Friday. So I guess that was January 14, yeah, January 14, at the University of Maryland Medical Center in Baltimore. Doctors deemed him ineligible for a human heart transplant, leaving the experimental surgery as his only option for survival. So imagine that. It's like you're either going to die or you're going to put this pig's heart in your body. But I would take it. Like, I think anybody, most people, unless you really against pigs and you really are afraid, I guess no point in trying. But if I was told I was about to die, like either die or just do the pig's transplant, I would probably do the pig's heart transplant. Luke Ta says, I need that pig's heart right now. Luke Ta, you don't need a heart, you need a wallet. Karen at crypto. Hey Karen. Henry Beal Jr. says he hurt some dude and disabled him. He has since died. Yes, I'm getting to that part. So here's the kicker. Okay, this person who has now successfully received the pig's heart, the decision, the doctor said, and this is reported by Washington Post today, was based only on his medical records. They said that they did not consider his criminal record. Bennett had been convicted in 1988 of stabbing Edward Schumacher 7 times, leaving him paralyzed. He spent the next 19 years using a wheelchair before he had a stroke in 2005 and died 2 years later, 1 week before his 41st birthday. So the person who passed away is a person that got the heart transplant. So, I mean, sorry, the person who passed away was stabbed by the dude who on Friday got the successful heart transplant. But the doctors don't, this is just like a description. Obviously, all the news are talking about it, but this has nothing to do with why the doctors chose him for the heart transplant with a genetically modified pig heart. But Schumacher's sister, Leslie Schumacher Downey, so the person who I guess passed away, recalls the devastation and the trauma her family suffered. She said she wished the heart had gone to a deserving recipient. Understandable. So the sister of the gentleman who passed away because they got stabbed by Mr. Bennett is not happy with the decision, but that's I guess the doctors oversaw that. And I guess we could talk more about that later. You guys can let me know what you think on that. And then 17 people die each day waiting for an organ, and it can seem unconscionable to some families that those convicted of violent crimes would be given a life-saving procedure. But most doctors don't share that view. The key principle in medicine is to treat anyone who is sick. I think they literally teach you that in medical school. Again, I've never gone to medical school. I don't know, but I think I've heard of this from somebody that went to medical school. That's like one of the key things I guess they tell you, or like it's like, I don't know, the Bible or whatever. You're taught like you have to save everyone as if they're equal. That's like the mentality. Like you're not there to judge like who to save, because that's a little bit like a Netflix TV show kind of thing. Even though I'm pretty sure people out there do such things. But most doctors don't share that view. The key principle is in medicine is to treat anyone who is sick, regardless of who they are, said Arthur Kaplan, a bioethics professor at New York University. We are not in the business of sorting sinners from saints. So I want to hear from you guys first off after hearing that. Mr. Bennett, who is the person who just received the heart transplant successfully, and I guess above other patients who aren't criminals, do you think that he deserves it? Like, if it was up to you and you are a dictator of a country and you can decide if criminals are allowed to get a heart transplant with a genetically modified pig's heart or not, like, would they be able to get it first before other patients who aren't criminals? Would you say yes or no? Okay, so I'm just gonna put out a little poll here because you guys know I love polls. would you would you allow the survey time? Would you allow a criminal, hold on, to receive the transplant? And I'll tell you guys what I think about it after. Oh no, that was just the word. Hold on. Yes or no? I forgot the yes or no. Hold on. Oh, I wasn't even doing one. Add to your queue. There we go. You guys can think hard on it. It's just like if it was your rule, would you allow the criminal to receive the transplant? Like, you can just say no, you don't deserve it if you want to, if you think like because somebody at one point in time, like how many years was this ago? Like 40 years ago, stabbed someone. Like, he didn't actually kill the person, but I guess indirectly harmed him bad enough, right? Because this is like 1988. Sorry, that's like 12 years. Whatever. The time doesn't matter. It's like over 30 years. Over 30 years, but it's not about the time, it's about the act, right? He stabbed him 7 times, causing him to become paralyzed. And then well, that's already really sad, I guess, spending 19 years in a wheelchair. I'm assuming this 57-year-old, because it doesn't say on this Washington Post, like, did they take him out of jail to get this transplant, or was he already freed from jail and he's been like living a normal life? I feel like he probably was freed. I don't know. Let me know if you read about that on another article. But yeah, so like, but even if he did commit a murder and then he came out, I feel like once you come out, you're supposed to be treated like a normal citizen, right? Yes, 57%. Oh, I'm glad that you guys are on the same wavelength. But then again, everybody has different views on crime and how that should be treated. So that's fine. I respect that. But I also agree. I agree that this person deserves to get it. I mean, I know it like must be a different feeling for the family of the victim that the person stabbed in the past. But yeah, it's like the doctors, again, it's not up to them to decide. And also, what I think is good about this situation, well, not good, but it's kind of like, I guess, I don't know if this is what this patient thinks right now, but it's kind of like redemption in a sense, or I would see it as redemption. Like, if I was this person and for whatever reason I committed that crime, I stabbed somebody 7 times like 30 years ago, I would feel like if anyone was going to get a genetically modified pig's heart transplant, it should be me. Because then if I get it and if I die, I took one for the world. And then if you survive, then it's like you took the risk. And then now possibly you can save hundreds of thousands of millions of lives into the future. So I think like when I read this story, I was like, oh my God, like first off, whoa, I can't believe we have pig hearts that we can get replaced in our body. That just makes me hopeful. Like it's going to be harder for me to die when I'm like 900 years old. That made me hopeful. And then I read the I guess his past, and I was like, that's kind of good. Like that he had, like, I'm sure he wasn't happy no matter what he felt in the moment when that like incident happened 30 years back. I'm sure like 30 years later, somewhere down the line, he's felt remorse or wanted to hopefully get redemption. I feel like this is the ultimate redemption that most people probably wouldn't get a chance to do, right? Like you're kind of like putting your body out there for science. And then if it succeeds, then you're like capable of saving so many lives. But either way, the family of the person who passed away, I feel like, is just to feel. Nobody can really tell them what to feel. They can say whatever they want to feel, whatever they want, because no one's really going to be able to understand where they're coming from unless you are that family. Are they going to start many of these transplants? Maybe everyone can get that chance. See, that's the thing though. I don't think there's not enough detail. Like, obviously everyone's celebrating the fact that it finally occurred. This happened. But I think we need more detail. Like, we need more detail. Like, okay, well, how much did this genetically modified heart cost doctors or scientists to modify? Because if it's like really expensive, I highly doubt it's going to be like everybody gets a heart. You get a heart. You get a pig heart. Everyone. It depends on, I think, how much it costs to do that in the first place. Well, he did serve the time. So time was served, Henry says. Yeah. Life is about second chances, but in some places he may have received the death penalty. Oh yeah. Which is crazy. That's why, like, it's interesting. It's interesting how the law works and how people view it. There are definitely some folks in the world that, like, let's say they are born in Europe or just born in America or Canada or China, and then they just assume automatically in their country wherever they're born, and they just, like, they learn the laws and they're like, okay, yeah, if you kill someone, this is how many years you deserve, or if you stole something, this is how many years you deserve. It's like it's ingrained in your mind, which is just crazy. And then, like, they hear about other, or sometimes they don't even care about other laws in other countries, even though it clearly exists. It's like they're just had this crazy tunnel vision about the laws in their own country, and they don't really care that other people, like other countries, have different laws, and also the fact that before there was even America, these laws didn't exist, right? So I think sometimes people just kind of see laws as like the forever rule, and then they kind of justify, like, I guess, ethics around the law. And then it's like they can't imagine it altering at all, even though human beings make the law, and human beings can literally change the law at any given time if we actually, gathered together and decided upon it and convinced our government. I mean, it's not easy to cut off a law. I remember hearing this, I think it was a Lex Friedman or a Joe Rogan podcast, but they were talking about how the law, it's insane that every year we always get more laws written in, like in America, but then you never really hear people saying, like, we just removed like 10 different laws this year. In the US, minor drug offenders get more time than and pets. Oh, it seems these days. Calhoun 187. Yep, again, and about that, different countries, different laws. So the way I see it is, I don't know what someone deserves. I don't know what someone deserves if you, honestly, like, if you do commit murder, or if you stab someone 7 times and they didn't die and then now they're in the wheelchair. Like, it's so hard to set those laws. If it was my world, if it was my paradise world, I guess I don't like the way that the law is, like, just, it's so structured. I think it's nice to have a book where people are like, okay, don't kill someone. If you kill someone, then, you're going to most likely get life, like lifetime in jail. Most likely is a key word. So just, like, kind of have like a book for that. But then for each individual case, it makes more sense, I think, to judge it separately. So then, like, maybe not have to follow the rules exactly, just because I think every case is so different. And you guys know me. I already talked about it. I hope one day we have like robot judges. Like, we'll have a jury, right? Human being jury, but then maybe like an AI character to sit in during the courts and also give their opinion. So the jury can listen, and then the judge, lawyers, and everything. So kind of like have an add-on to our current judicial system. Is spam and head cheese made with pig hearts and stuff like that? Eat more of that. Henry Peel cheese. No, guys. This is not health advice, financial advice, entertainment purposes only on my channel. I don't know what's in spam, but there's a lot of pig parts, that's for sure. That's like when you get a sausage from the street, get a hot dog on the street. Like, I don't know what's in it. Probably, I actually know, I've asked a hot dog vendor before. I'm like, what's in this? Do you know what's in this? And they told me, like, pig ear, pig nose, possibly other parts of pigs that are cheap that nobody wants. It just goes into this giant grinder. Yeah, that's right. Lucy, crypto falling little. GB love. Thanks. Wait, GB love, was it you that said you were going to sleep earlier? Wasn't that you? Or was that someone else? Haha, do you believe there will be last? Do you believe there will be last? Like crypto is falling a little? You mean, like, are we going to continue to free fall? Possibly. Yeah, we'll take a moment. This is enough for this story. And I just want to talk about Walmart. Then I'm going to go watch more Seinfeld. I actually really like it. Like, it's weird because when I watch it, I'm like, I can't believe so many years have passed by and now all the technology is different. And but people are still generally the same. I feel like even if you watch TV shows from like 30 years ago, people, like human beings, the way we act are still always going to be the same. We're just the same people with different technologies now. And then more cancel culture. What is a hot dog? Love Ken Bussy says. Great value crypto at Walmart. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't believe Walmart. We'll talk about that in 2 seconds. So right now we are down to 2.05 trillion. In the morning, we were at 2.07 trillion. So definitely just like coming down. Coming down. Bitcoin is at 42,000. Honestly, as long as it stays over $40,000, like 14 more days, guys. I told you January is the scary month. It's like pretty definitive. If we go under like to 35,000 or $30,000, God forbid, Bitcoin, then it's probably all the way down February, March, April, in my opinion. That's how I see it. So I'm just waiting till the end of this month. If we can survive, still even teeter tottering around like 42.8K is better than dropping to 30 or 35. If we even touch 35 in January, then I would assume that February is going to touch 30K and then possibly lower and lower and lower. Just imagine buying stocks in 1970. You'll get a stock certificate. I heard about that on TV shows, but like little pieces of paper actually, right? Yeah. But Seinfeld to me was already really old. Like how in early 1990 or 1989. Yeah, it was like in 1989. Reading the stocks on the newspaper. I don't know, man. I think that's worse. I guess the most like majority of your day, it's like you don't have to worry about it because they only show you the price like one time a day, right? But like it may be crazy now something because like people are checking their Robinhood accounts like 1,000 times a day. But actually, that's better because I could be like, oh, I could wake up anytime and then I could wake up and check my DWAC. But if you're like from the early 1990s, I would have to go out there and like buy newspaper and check the newspaper and like that's just too much. And I guess maybe now the newspaper thing doesn't work because there's like just way too many stocks. There's like thousands and thousands. How could you fit it all in like that one newspaper, right? But I just thought that was epic. I'm like, whoa, what kind of a world do they live in? JFK episode, Absolute Chat says, Sponge-worthy. LOL, my favorite Seinfeld episode is where George becomes a hand model. What? George is really ridiculous. I mean, that character, I recognize him. I don't know what other movie I remember him in, but I know I recognize his face. George in Seinfeld. But Jerry Seinfeld, I've only seen him in Seinfeld. I don't think I've ever seen him in any other TV shows. But yeah, George and Elaine, that's her name. George and Elaine, I've seen in multiple other TV shows. Hand model, LOL, Kowloon 187. That's also a diss to a chick who thinks she's hot. Yeah, you're a model. A hand model? Wait, what? Okay, I'm not there yet. I'm just starting season 2. Like after I'm done with you guys, I'm gonna go watch my season 2 Seinfeld. And then I also have $1 Million Listing to watch. George was in Pretty Woman. Oh yes, that's why he's so familiar. Oh my God, I hated him. I hated his guts in Pretty Woman. My God. Okay. I guess that's just like how his character is then. But yeah, even in Seinfeld, like when I hear him talk, even though I can relate to him a lot, I'm like, man, I like that he's very straightforward with his friends, like just tells it like it is. I enjoy that. But then like I'm just like, wow, this is a character that's generally not seen. Usually like, or at least like I'm comparing it to like Friends or like How I Met Your Mother, like those friend group TV shows. I usually don't see a character like that where they're just like that aggressive and negative towards their friends, but it's kind of refreshing. I think it's like very different, very out there. He did commercials, George, and was in Twilight. Okay, I was like Twilight. Like he's not in Twilight, the vampire one. In Twilight Zone in the 90s. Okay, never watched that. Elaine was in Christmas Vacation. Never saw that. Before she was. I know Elaine was in other ones. Like she's played like moms and like these other characters and girlfriends. I just forget like exactly which one, but I've seen Elaine more times than I've seen George. But yeah, George is in a lot of movies that I guess. Mr. Moore, that's because ADA is a real coin. Got your said. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's in your curb of enthusiasm. Shallow Hal. Yes, and Shallow Hal. Okay, that's one of my favorite movies with Gwyneth Paltrow and Jack Black, right? Hold on. Golden McIver says, have you seen any Seinfeld with Newman yet? No, I don't think so. I only seen season 1. I mean, I don't know if it's something's wrong with Netflix, but in season 1 on Netflix for Seinfeld, there's only 5 episodes. And then the 5th episode ended with the stock tip. That's the one that I was telling you guys on my main channel today about how they were talking at the end of the episode about this new great investment that George wanted to get in on. And it was about like the supposed robot butcher. So I'm just thinking like a robot arm, which is no longer such a joke anymore. Hello. Hey, P. Lark. Welcome to the chat. Sponge-worthy. Hold on. Sorry. Just trying to see some older comments. I answered no. Okay, wow. I'm realizing that this like the vote has gone 50-50, but give or take, I get it. If it's like, again, our judgment, the way that we perceive how one should be punished, like when you do a crime, like is it the rest of your life, or should you get the death penalty, or should it just be a certain amount of time and then you're okay, you're like a regular civilian again, or never? Everyone has very different judgments. That's why I feel like human beings can never agree on anything, right? I'm not even sure if I really know what I'm saying or feeling either. Because again, I think it's easy when you haven't lost someone to a murder and to be like, oh, if somebody conducts murder, someone else, like you're picturing like another group of people that has really nothing to do with you. So you're like sheltered. It's like, if other people do this thing, then I would forgive this person, like after they come out of jail. But then if you are in fact the person that they did this thing to, I don't know. I don't know if I'll feel the same way if someone like, like John Wick murdered your dog or something. You should see Hawaii Laws. It's a joke. I've never seen Hawaii Laws. And on bad people know they are bad and know they are under deserving, like that scene in Batman with the criminals on the ferry with the bomb on it. Goyer says, I don't even remember that scene. There's so many Batmans. And the people and the good people on the ferry with bomb and criminals decide they should die. Goyer says, all right. Yes. Okay, no, I do know what scene you're talking about. Yes. When there was 2 ferry boats and then it was like one of you guys have to hit the explosion button, and if you hit it, then only one of you explodes. If you both don't hit it, then you both explode. And then the good people were like, let's just let the bad people die. Yeah, I remember that. That was deep. That was good. I think criminals would probably hit that button because they feel guilty about it. No, I just like Fraser. She in Marvel now. Frazier. Who's Frazier? Watch Curb Your Enthusiasm sometime. Too many shows, guys. Like I said, now I have like, I don't know, 9 seasons of Seinfeld. And then after that, I'm going to do $1 Million Listing, which is like a 13-season show, which my friend got me into because she says it's all about brokers. Like it's about wealthy. I don't know, Ken Bussey, if you know about this, because I know you're in real estate. But so me and my girlfriend, we like to watch Selling Sunset, but that's like real estate agents, like all the girls that are like Los Angeles or whatever selling Beverly Hills properties. But there's another TV show just like straight up all brokers. So I guess they make more money because they own the brokerage. So like it's all brokers. And I guess they sell like $1 million homes in New York, and there's like LA. I think LA is the first series or something, and then New York, or maybe vice versa. Don't quote me. I didn't even start watching it yet. But I am going to watch season 13 of the Los Angeles one because my friend said it's really, really good. And I like watching stuff with real estate. I'm trying to get it to get me pumped enough to start my real estate job. She was in extra credits. Frasier was a funny show, an offshoot of Cheers. Okay, don't know what those are. Watch the Ken Bussey show. Ken Bussey says, "Is it all about real estate, Ken Bussey? Do you talk about real estate or do you talk about yucks?" The Seinfeld cast is stacked. Barney Stinson showed us the way. Hold on. A man was accused of a crime and Curb Your Enthusiasm shot an episode at a ballpark. His lawyers used the episode and proved he was at the game. Oh my god, intense. Bitcoin to 100K or nah? I'm pretty sure it will, but we're just like, question is, we don't know the date. Anyways, I'm going to read you guys the other piece of news, which is in my title, about Walmart. And honestly, this is from Blockworks. Just in, Walmart prepares to launch NFTs, a cryptocurrency, and join the metaverse. Wasn't the Walmart already a part of the metaverse? Because I remember I saw videos on Twitter. Do you guys remember how there was like this? There was videos. I don't know if it was Walmart, maybe it was another place, but someone created like a future metaverse video of how you could purchase stuff. So they like made like a metaverse demo clip and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's horrible. I don't want to be a part of that metaverse. Like that's so boring." And also Bloomberg reports Walmart is preparing to create its own crypto and collection of NFTs. Filings with the US Patent and Trademark Office shows this. So I don't know what kind of NFTs they're going to be doing. There's like, because when I think of Walmart, I'm just thinking like cereal on one aisle, apples, grocery on the other, corn, and then like bed sheets, like just like it's all over the place. But it's like just regular everyday stuff. So like I don't know what kind of NFTs they're going to be doing. I don't get it. I don't get it. I can imagine Target doing it first because Target has that cute dog with like the Target rings on its eye. I forget what kind of dog that is, that white dog, right? Like they have more cute representations. Whereas Walmart, like it's literally not cute. Maybe like, I don't know. I don't get it. But everyone's getting into the metaverse. So why am I surprised? Bed sheets in the cereal aisle NFTs. What do you call a factory that makes okay products? A satisfactory. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Julia Dreyfus is a super rich. She came from old money. Who's Julia? Real estate. Are you talking about the real estate show? Besides Doge, Lucy, you need to pick one. AVAX, ADA, and Sand. Oh, like if I had to virtually pick one, because if I had buying power, you mean? I would pick at current. I feel like Sandbox because I want to diversify and kind of like put some money with a metaverse token. So probably it would be Sand. But then honestly, ADA is pretty cheap or was pretty cheap and shot up recently. I feel like ADA would be, it would go like Sand, ADA, AVAX for me. That's my rating. But I wouldn't choose any of them to be honest. If I'm gonna go for something that's not a meme, no dogs on it, not Dogecoin, not Doge Mars, it would probably be crypto.com, so long as crypto.com is on the cheap, which last time I checked it was. Great value Bitcoin, 100 each. I don't think we'll see those days. Trucking all day says, Lucy, have you seen Return to Paradise? Getting caught with drugs in Malaysia is death. I'm not surprised that getting caught with drugs in certain like Asian places are death. I've heard about that. I've heard that like some places you get like even at the airport. That's why I talked about this in the past, but never ever like take anything from anybody at the airport. I've been taught this since I was a child. People are like, never take anything from anybody at the airport. It's like if someone hands you a bag of snacks, don't take it because you don't know if they're making you their drug mule. And then if you land in another country, you just okay, maybe not like that, but the death penalty. No, I've never seen Return to Paradise. Is that on Netflix? I'm literally going to be spending like the next 2 months watching $1 Million Listing and Seinfeld because I'm so behind. But yeah, again, I can't wait to see these Walmart NFTs and stuff, but I'm just curious. I want to see it because I'm curious. Elaine was an SNL cast member. Oh, like she was and then she joined Seinfeld, or she joined Seinfeld and then she was on SNL. It's like they're both. She's definitely not on it anymore. Newman is the mailman funny. He was also in the first Jurassic Park. I need to do like a Jurassic Park marathon. I feel like the latest ones, I can only remember like the later ones where the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy was in it. I forgot his name. The Seinfeld cast is stacked. Only 88 pumping, all going sideways or down. I know, it's terrible, guys. That's why I'm not talking about crypto much today, as you can realize. There's not much. It's just sadness over here. It's just red. Except for Cardano, though. Congratulations if you decided to buy ADA. It's $1.52. It just keeps rising up. But I'm not surprised because I feel like this always happens. Do you guys realize like anytime we get multiple red days, there's always like that one random altcoin, and it's never Bitcoin. It's always just like one random altcoin or two, three sometimes on the top 100 of the list, and it'll just like mini moon on its own, and then it'll stop again. So I feel like this is it's an easy bull trap though, to be honest, because people are gonna be like, oh my god, ADA, it's gonna fulfill its prophecy of hitting $10. Let's go. I don't think it's gonna hit $10 anytime soon, and I'm not even being salty that I don't have any ADA. Broke Down Palace was a great movie. Okay, also never seen. All the Jurassics are the same universe, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't think there's a Doctor Strange in there. Being like different universe time. If Seinfeld was on today, Kramer would be selling NFTs. Kaloon 187 says. And that's a thing. I feel like some shows or certain celebrities, like I'm talking like musicians too, actors, musicians, movies, TV shows. I feel like some people, it's weird. It's like maybe we're just in like the wrong era. Some people I feel like or the shows didn't get blown up as big, or maybe like certain musicians didn't get as famous, it's because they were like in the wrong period of time. If they like certain artists, musicians, actors, actresses, I feel like if they existed now, could beat out a lot of the people who are currently famous. That's my 2 cents on like how strange it is for fame, and like fame is like kind of mixed in with technology now, because now you got like all the TikToks and the Instagrammers and the YouTubers, whereas back in the 1990s none of that existed. So you either, like I said, you have a manager, which sometimes rich people pay for, like, like rich daughters, like sons, whatever, they could pay for that, or like daughters and sons of famous people. So it was like definitely different in the past. Cosmos Kramer, his name in show. Never watched it. It's the first ever virtual world owned by users for ADA. That's what I found online. Haruhi says, okay, stop what you're doing right now and go watch Broke Down Palace. Crazy. The 90s are now 3 decades away. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Anybody over here who was alive in the 90s, I'm sure you all feel ancient. Like me. The exchanges throw a dart at the daily pump coin. Zaxi says. I don't know if it's like an exchanges thing. Yes, Chris Pratt. I don't know if it's like an exchanges thing. I feel like it's like overall, it's a crypto thing. I think it's like a crypto whale trap thing. Like they'll drop the cryptos, right? And they'll get everybody to sell in paper hand, and then they'll buy the dip. But then just to give people hope so they don't leave the crypto sphere forever, they have to it's like lure you in again, like leave you some candy, some good stuff. And today, to me, Cardano is the candy. It's like that's what's going to reel in people who are already in the crypto market. They'll be like, oh, let me just take out another 5K from my bank and pop it in. Or just reel in new customers, right? Like open up an account with me and then buy some Cardano. What do you call a blind dinosaur? Do you think he saw us? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Trucking All Day, great movie. Bet and she's in the aisle. Wait, hold on. So many movies for me to watch and TV shows. The late night. Lucy, have you seen the movie Big Fish? No, I haven't. Never even heard of the Big Fish. Is that a really old movie, or is it recent? Good night, GB Love. Again, maybe, because I swear you said good night earlier. I FOMO'd into ADA, Mr. Moore says. Bam. Like I said, very easy to FOMO, especially when it's the only thing that's up. I hope you make money, though, Mr. Moore. Make money and peace out. So you can, like, I know somebody right now that bought Phantom. And this person, this individual already made a lot of money off of it. And again, I don't give out financial advice, not to friends, family members, nobody. But I did say, I was like, if I were you and I made a lot of money off of Phantom and I'm worried, like maybe it'll drop, maybe it'll go to the moon, I would, now that I've learned my lesson from Doge, I would probably want to sell half or all just so I could buy back on a red day for something else, right? Because Phantom recently was also one of the only ones that hit new all-time high. I was like, I would probably sell half or all to buy on a dip day. And if you're scared, then like half. But the person didn't listen to me, so it's all good. And then I was like, man, now I know how. Now I know what the other people felt when they told me to sell my Dogecoins at 75 cents. I'm like, yeah, it's all good. I know what I'm doing. I followed into Shiba Inu, John says. Um, I bailed on sheep early after the shenanigans in October, Absolute Chat says. You get all your sheep airdropped on Pulse Chain. Do your own research, Hex Hodl says. The late 1990s. Sun to swap is DEX like Uniswap. Wait, hold on. Back when MTV played music, Absolute Chat. Is MTV still there? I don't have cable. Like, I don't watch cable, so I don't know. Like, I'm assuming MTV is still a TV show, right? And I don't know what they're talking about anymore, but I know that there was music. Let's go. SLP, check it all day says, smooth love potion. How's that panning out? Actually, I feel bad. I always check Coinbase Pro. 1111. Make a wish. I hope that Dogecoin hits $3. Okay. I always check Coinbase Pro, so I never really check Gemini. Let me just see Gemini. And I know Smooth Love Potion is not on Coinbase Pro, which is weird because they have Axie Infinity. Let's see markets. How is Smooth Love Potion or anything on Gemini doing? And then I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna go watch my Seinfeld. Hold on. Everything's down. Holy cow. Everything's in the red. API 3. Oh, I know that's going on Coinbase Pro, or maybe it's already on there. But I guess API 3 is already on Gemini, and it's down 11%. My God. Oh, yeah, Smooth Love Potion. Nice. Trucking all day. Congrats. That's the only one of the only ones that's up more than 4%. It's up 4.79% on Gemini. And that's it. That's like the best performer on Gemini. My goodness. Everything else sucks. So bad. So terrible. And again, like, I don't know why they're not allowing me to earn interest on anything that I have except for Dogecoin and Bitcoin. So that's it, guys. Thank you for an awesome live stream. I will peace out now. I'm going to go watch my Netflix. It was a great fun with you all. Hey, Children Chillity. Hi, Lucy. My Jen doesn't watch MTV. Yeah, I know. You're like, you just turned 20, right? Or is it 19? No, you turned 20. You said you're not a teen anymore. Yeah. No, you're too young. Oh my God. You were born after the 2000s. I'm a dinosaur. Enjoy your youth, girl. Enjoy your youth. Gemini doesn't have ADA, MD says. They don't, huh? I guess I never bought ADA on Gemini, so I wouldn't know. Oh, thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed from Queens. Thank you so much for the super chat. How was 1990? No cell phones. No. Okay, whoa, bro. Wasn't that old. Again, I'm watching Seinfeld right now, and that was from 1989, apparently. And Seinfeld, did he have a cell phone? I think he did. But every time I see him in a scene, he didn't pick up a cell phone. He picks up the home phone, like a home telephone that's like wired. But I'm pretty sure there was cell phones at the time. They just looked like blocks. Yeah, they look like this big with like an antenna thingy. So it's like the 1960s. No email. Okay, no, I don't think they had email, like internet. That's why they were looking at stocks in the newspaper. Use beepers. Oh, you're telling us. Okay, Ed from Queens. I was like, I thought you were asking me. No cell phones, no email, use beepers and pay phones. Needed big money and a stockbroker to trade stocks. I don't feel ancient. I'm glad. No, and payphones needed. Yeah, I know people. I mean, I think payphones still exist, but I haven't really like used one ever. maybe like years ago. Definitely no email. I know people use beepers and that confuses me. It's just so weird. I guess it's like a text message kind of like you could see that somebody beeped you, but it's not a text message because I don't think you get a message. You just like get a number and then you have to call back that number. Man, rough times. Rough times, but you had your privacy. You had your privacy. 1990 trucking all day. We had clear plastic home phones that light up when it rings. What? I don't remember that, but in Seinfeld it was black. It was just like a black phone with a like the twirly thing, like it's just connected. I feel like everyone I know doesn't have a home phone anymore. VHS tapes are the future. There was, yes, they were shopping at like, I don't know if it was a Blockbuster, but it was like Elaine and Seinfeld, this episode I saw, and they were like picking out DVDs for like someone's birthday. And I was like, oh my God, that is not a thing anymore. I just got my beeper, Henry Beadle Jr. says. They still had movie phone, Ken Bussy says. I don't know what a movie phone is. 1990 has no ice. We had to churn butter and had two-piece phones. Back in my day, my mommy had a cell phone, Chilchantility says, and internet because she was in IT in the late 90s. Email too. Okay, well, your mom was in, okay, late 90s. That's when the, like, right before the dot-com boom, the big bubble burst. So that makes sense. That's when, like, internet, like, got started. Like the late 19, I think like 1999-ish or 1998-ish, I want to say, internet. Yeah. So that makes sense. Oh my. CNN was legit news show in the 90s. Well, yes, isn't there like talk about how back in the day the news reporters were for the people and like to protect us also from the government, and then now it's just like one big cahoot. But I feel like all news channels, people just need to start learning in school or learning on YouTube or learning more that everybody has an agenda. And like, you just have to think where the money's coming from, no matter who's speaking, even if it's a nonprofit, even if they say they're a nonprofit. I don't even believe them. That's how high like my barrier is. I'm like, I don't trust you. You just never know. You have to always like dig deep and wonder why they're saying what they're saying. AOL and Yahoo were bigger than Google. Yes, Yahoo had the chance to buy Google for $1 million is one of the like the posts that I saw recently on Twitter, and they gave up. They turned it down. So sucks for Yahoo. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna peace out. See you guys next time. Okay, see you for sure on the main channel tomorrow. If you're not following me on the main channel, it's Living with Lucy. Check out the links down below, and then also Instagram, Twitter if you're not following, and see you soon. Bye.